is Miss Walters, and we're ready for our phonological awareness lesson. Let's get started. Remember, reading begins with what? That's right, your ears. We've got to hear those sounds to be great readers. So let's start with rhyming. Remember, we have the same ending sound when we are looking at rhyming words. And we're playing that game odd man out. So we're looking at which picture does not match in our rhyming. So let's look at the blue rectangle. We have books. We have a boy and girl selling some lemonade. So we have sell and then shell. So let's think about that. Book. Sell, book, L. Does that rhyme? What about sell and shell? Sell and shell. Yes, we hear that L sound at the end of sell and shell. Let's look at the bottom yellow rectangle here. That first word is pen. Pen. Then we have juice. Let's see about that. Pen and juice. Does that rhyme? And oose. I don't think those two match. Let's try pen with the last picture here. 10. Let's see that. Pen, 10. N. Does that rhyme? Pen, 10. Yes, that N sound as at the end of pen and 10. So those match, they rhyme. All right, let's look at our syllables. Remember, we always have at least one vowel sound in our syllables. Make sure we hear that vowel sound. And we have jelly bean syllables. Those are those syllables we can eat in one bite. And then we have elephant words. That's where we have to break them up into smaller syllables so that we can read that whole word. So let's look at our jelly bean words for today. We have a rug. Rug. We can say that word in one bite. Can. Can be said in one bite. Van. Van can be said in one bite. Bat. Only takes one bite to say bat. Let's look at our elephant words. Camera. Camera. That takes more than one bite. Camera. We have to really think about that. It takes a lot to say that one. What about taco? You have taco on Tuesdays, like some people have Taco Tuesdays. What about taco? That's more than one bite. What about umbrella? Umbrella. Can I say that in one bite? Can you squeeze that in? Umbrella? Let's think about that. Umbrella. Oh, it takes at least 3 bites to say the word umbrella. What about octopus? Octopus. How many bites might that take? Octopus. At least 3 bites to say octopus. So if they're elephant words, they're going to have more than one syllable. We have to say that word in smaller bites, smaller bits. And so when we break down those words, those bigger words into smaller pieces, we can segment those into smaller syllables. So we have a chicken. Let's see how many bites it takes to say the word chicken. Ready? Ch-kin. Chicken. Make sure you hear that ending sound in that middle there. Chicken. How many bites did it take to say the word chicken? That's right, it took 2 bites. What about this next one? Bacon. 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 How many bites does it take to say the word bacon? That's right, it takes 2. Ooh, I'm starting to get hungry thinking about chicken and bacon. Well, the last one is a tomato. How many bites does it take to say the word tomato? Tomato. Tomato. It takes at least 3 bites to say the word tomato. So let's break those jelly bean words down or those syllable parts down into smaller parts. And remember, we always have an initial or beginning sound, a medial or middle sound, and a final or ending sound. And each one of our syllables or words are going to have these parts. Now, I've been telling you that the middle one has vowels, but the letters that are on the initial part of the word and end part of the word are called consonants. Can you say that word? Consonants. So what consonant do we hear at the beginning of the word doll? D. Doll. What consonant do you hear there? D. Did you say D? That's correct. Doll begins with the consonant D. What about cap? What consonant do you hear at the beginning of the word cap? K, ap. What consonant makes the K sound? Did you say C? That's correct. The consonant C begins the word cap. What about box? What consonant do you hear at the beginning of the word box? B. What consonant makes the B sound? Did you say B? That's correct. We hear the consonant B at the beginning of word box. What about dog? What consonant do you hear at the beginning of the word dog? D-og. There's that D. That consonant D is at the beginning of the word dog. Now we're going to move to those vowels. Remember, we have A, E, I, O, and U, and they happen in the middle of those words or syllables. So what vowel do we hear in the middle of the word doll? D, ah, ul. What vowel says ah? Did you say O? That's correct. We hear the vowel O in the middle of the word doll. What about cap? What vowel do you hear in the middle of the word cap? K, ap. Did you say A? That's correct. We hear the A sound in the middle of the word cap. What about the vowel in the middle of the word box? B, ox. What vowel says ah? Did you say O? That's correct. We hear the vowel O or ah sound in the middle of the word box. What about dog? What vowel do we hear in the middle of the word dog? D, ah, g. What letter says ah? That's correct. We have an O in the middle of the word dog. Now, we're going to go to the final part of our word, and we're going to go back to consonants. So what consonant do we hear at the end of the word doll? Ul, d, ah, ul. What consonant makes the ul sound? That's correct, the L. And if you noticed from my beginning here, or from the medial sound, there's two L's there. Sometimes we have two L's at the end, but we hear the ul sound at the end of the word doll. What about cap? What consonant do we hear at the end of the word cap? K, ap. Did you say P? That's correct. We hear the P sound for the consonant P at the end of the word cap. What about box? B, ox. Ooh, that's an interesting sound. X. What consonant makes the X sound? You said X. You're correct. The X says X at the end of the word box. What about dog? What consonant is at the end of the word dog? D, ah, g. What sound makes that G sound? Did you say a G? That's correct. We hear the G sound at the end of the word dog. So let's look at our language. Remember, we're looking at the meanings, either opposite meanings or similar meanings that are same. So we either have antonyms or synonyms. Yesterday we did synonyms. Today we're going to do antonyms. Remember, they have meanings that are opposite of each other. So if we have the switch that's on, that is the opposite of a switch that's off. On and off are opposite of each other. If my light is on, I can see. If my light is off, it's going to be dark. Here we have happy and sad. They're opposite of each other. I'm either happy or I'm sad. They have opposite meanings. It's either rain or shine. If we have water coming down from the sky, it may be raining. But if we see lots of sunshine, it's shining. So rain and shine have opposite meanings. All right, let's get ready for that riddle. Did you have a word that began yesterday? And you know what? I may have a different word up here. Can you remember what that was when we left off yesterday? Did you tell your teacher? Go ahead and tell me what that word was. Whoa, those are great words. Well, I have a king. King begins with the sound k. But it could be also a crown. There could be a crown on there, and it could begin with the same sound k, because we have two letters, C and K, that both have the same sound. K. Did you know that? Isn't that interesting? Those are both consonants as well. And they have the what sound was it? K. Excellent. So I have king or crown, and they say k. Who has a word that begins like whale? What letter begins whale? W. I have a watermelon. I hear the w sound at the beginning of the word watermelon. Who has a word that begins like jar? What sounds at the beginning of jar? J. I have a jellyfish. Jellyfish begins with the j sound. So who has a word that begins like dog? D. You're looking for a word that begins like the word dog. D. See if you can find a word that has that D sound, and make sure you tell your teacher tomorrow. Great job today. You're going to be great readers before you know it. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you tomorrow.